and fastened on his hand. You remember that at the end of the Gospel of Mark, there is this promise, and these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Mark 16, verses 17 and 18. I believe that these signs were confined to that time before the New Testament was complete, when the believers needed the sign gifts to substantiate the message of the gospel. My advice to you today don't is not to deliberately pick up a rattlesnake. I lived in Tennessee for many years, and I had many uh, and never known an authentic case where someone picked up a rattlesnake during a meeting, was bit, and was unaffected by the venom of the snake. Most of them died. Those who lived through it almost died. The venom was a tremendous effect upon them. Well, I had an incident. I talked to a guy who used to milk rattlesnakes. He talked like that he could build up a tolerance to it. But anyway, uh, he would milk the rattlesnakes and then he inject himself with the venom and build up with the antivenom and build up a tolerance to the rattlesnakes. So that might be the case too. I don't know. One of the things I was going to say here was that uh, we I was doing the same thing while I'm talking. In it was a place we had this huge bonfire. It was a huge pit. It was so big that they had like 4x12s where they tore down buildings and they were laying them across the fire and burning them in the middle, and they were so big we could actually walk across them. Well, I noticed there was this rattlesnake that was making its way to our pile of wood, and I said, So I went and got me a 5 gallon bucket and got it to go in the 5 gallon bucket. Um, and it was illegal to kill it there, but the owner killed it, and then I barbecued it on the fire and ate it. But anyway, I wasn't gonna let it kill anybody, that's for sure. May I point out something else? Paul did not deliberately pick up this viper. Paul was not tempting God. I consider this another evidence that Paul's thorn in the flesh, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7, was eye trouble. I'll develop that when we get to the epistle to the Galatians. Paul couldn't see very well. When he picked up some sticks, there was a viper on the sticks, and Paul didn't just didn't see it. There is another interesting light to the Apostle Paul that I want you to notice here. The great Apostle Paul gathered sticks. These people on the island had been very gracious to them. They had accepted the 276 strangers who landed there. It was cold and rainy, and they had started a big fire to help warm these people who had come in from the sea. When the fire began to go down, Paul went to gather a bundle of sticks. This should dispel any notion that Paul was a lazy preacher. He himself tells us that he practiced his trade as a tent maker so that he would not be a burden on the church. Obviously, he was not afraid of work. When Paul threw the sticks on the fire, the viper would naturally crawl away from the fire. The viper did not only bite, the viper not only bit Paul, but actually fastened onto his hand.